What's up, guys? I'm here back again for another top 10 fantasy football rankings. And today we're talking about running backs. This year's running back class, I promote it as risky. There's not too many guys that are for sure going to do what they did last year or how well they're going to produce. There's a lot of guys coming off of injuries, a lot of old guys where you don't know how they're going to do. So here's my top 10. Number 1 is pretty obvious. The one this video is going up, Le'Veon Bell. That's who number 1 is. He was suspended for 4 games for missing his drug testing sessions. He is appealing that. So as of right now, I'm going to keep him at number 1 until I hear otherwise. I probably will not update the video, but we'll see what happens. But Le'Veon Bell, number 1. His biggest question mark, obviously, is suspension, but injuries. If this guy stays healthy, he's almost guaranteed to be number 1 running back. He can do it all. He's the number 1 running back. He's going to get touchdowns. He catches the ball in the backfield. Had 80-plus catches a couple years ago. This guy's the real deal. He's a guy that can be picked top 5 without thinking. I like him last year. 500 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Also had 24 receptions for 130 yards. That was with the 2-game suspension, and then playing I think 4 or 5 games, and then getting injured. This year, if 1 stays healthy and 2 doesn't get suspended, 1,400 yards, 11 rushing touchdowns, also catching 60 passes for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. He can do it all. Maybe the receiving touchdowns is a little high, but he's the real deal. In PPR leagues, this guy should go top 3, guaranteed, especially in PPR leagues. This guy's a monster. Number 2, another guy, PPR, you want to target, David Johnson, Arizona Cardinals. He's a second-year player, was a rookie last year. Took a couple weeks before they really started to notice him. If you get bonus points for kick return yardage, he did that last year. He may do that again this year. I'm not sure on that. Don't quote me on that. But he had just over 1,000 total yards, 12 total touchdowns, and you saw what he did at the end of the year. Absolutely incredible. Last year ran for 580 yards, 8 touchdowns, caught 36 passes for 450 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And that's with really, probably from week 6 on, was he actually the running back. And maybe not even that soon. I really like him, especially in PPR leagues when you get points per reception. Does play on a high-powered offense, so they're going to put up points. Plays for a good defense, so they're going to have to, they may grind out games, and he'll get a lot of carries. He does have Chris Johnson behind him. Chris Johnson had an okay year at the beginning, and we'll see how much he eats into the carries. But Chris Johnson's getting old, and his knees aren't what they used to be. But I really like David Johnson. I project him for 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns, also to catch 50 passes, 450 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He can do it all. I really like him. He's a guy going probably in the middle of the first round, and that's where I would take him as well. Number 3, a guy who's not really going to be a threat out of the backfield, but running the ball. I would be almost surprised if he's not top 3 in terms of rushing. That's Todd Gurley. St. Louis Rams, his biggest issue is, I guess, health, but he was healthy all last year, other than the beginning when he was coming off that injury from college. That, along with how good are the Rams going to be? That's a big question. Last year, ran for 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, caught 21 passes for $180. Good running back. Not really receiving the ball. He's going to get a couple catches per game. Probably amounts like 30 catches, 250 yards, and maybe a touchdown. But where his value is running the ball. I think he's going to rush for almost 100 yards a game and get almost a touchdown a game. Which, if you get that, you're satisfied for sure. I expect him to lead the league in rushing, 1,500 yards, 12 rushing touchdowns. I like him a lot this year, especially if you're not in a PPR. This guy is really, really high, top 3, probably top 2, along with Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, how the Rams going to do? That's the biggest thing. If they can even be in games, he's going to get a lot of carries, a lot of yards, a lot of talent for this guy. and he could expand and become a receiving back, which then he could compete for number one running back at the end of the season. Number 4, a very similar running back to Todd Gurley, Adrian Peterson. Really the same as Todd Gurley. He will catch a couple passes, but not a guy that's going to catch 50, 60, even 40 passes for the year. Peterson last year, I don't even need to describe him. You guys know who he is. He plays for Minnesota, has a good defense. They're an up-and-coming team. Last year ran for 1,450 yards, 11 touchdowns. Also caught 30 passes for 220 yards. This year, I project him for pretty much the same year. Whatever I just read, that's what I project him to do this year. Why is he not doing better? Because he is getting older. That he has to break down. I mean, who knows? He could be an absolute freak and play until he's 40. Most likely not. But this guy's good. He's going probably the end of the first round, which may be late for him. He's usually top 5, even top 2 past couple years. So if you have a chance to get him late first round, you should be very excited. You know what you're going to get. He's not injury prone. He doesn't catch the ball out of the backfield, but he's Adrian Peterson. He's been great since 2007. Number 5, we maybe drop down a tier slightly. This guy could sneak into the first round, but most likely will be a second-round pick, and that's Lamar Miller. I like him a lot this year. He is a receiving back. He has a high potential. It just all comes down to whether or not Houston's going to use him. Miami did not last year, and I think it really hurt them and their chances to make the playoffs. But that was their choice. Lamar Miller last year had 850 yards, 8 touchdowns, 47 catches for 400 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Definitely receiving back, speed back. If you give him open space, he's gone. I really, really like him. People say, oh, he's old. He's like 25, 26. It's like, yes, but Miami didn't use him that much. He only got like 10 to 12 touches a game. When you think about it, really isn't that much. It's like 8 carries and a couple catches. It's really not that much. So I like him. He's going to be fresh. He has a good defense, playing a bad division, plays the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Titans twice a year. All of them do not have very good defenses, especially against the run. I like Lamar Miller a lot this year. Projecting for 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, 50 catches, 400 yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns. And I think that's a little low. I wouldn't be surprised if he's pushing 12 to 1,300 yards rushing this year. So even the catches, he may catch 60 balls out of the backfield. So good high potential. He does have somewhat of a low floor because who knows how Houston's going to use him. At number 6, this guy you've probably been waiting for, Ezekiel Elliott. Say, where is this guy? He's supposed to be top 5 or whatever. He's getting picked up in front of Adrian Peterson, which I do not agree with. He's a rookie. Rookie running backs are extremely risky. Look at last year, Melvin Gordon and Todd Gurley, both rookies. Most of the time, I saw Gurley going first, which is good. But a lot of times, I saw Melvin Gordon getting picked before Todd Gurley. And how did that work out? Not well at all. I just think Ezekiel, he is a risk, but he does have a high potential. He could be a top 3 running back. He catches the ball out of the backfield. So in PPR leagues, he is good. He is higher in PPR leagues than non-PPR. He's a rookie, so we don't know what he did. He didn't compete last year. He does play with Dallas, the best offensive line in football. I project him for 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns, catch 45 passes for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. So we'll see. Total yardage, that's 1,500 total yards and over 10 touchdowns. So it's a good stat line. We'll see if he can capitalize on that. At number 7, Jamal Charles. Probably one of the only guys down here in the bottom 5 that could compete with that number 1 running back, but he has a lot of question marks. Plays for Kansas City. They had Ware and Chandrick West last year fill in for him, and they did a great job. So I don't know how much he's going to be used. Kansas City wanted to limit his workload, which would be bad for fantasy. But he is a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's done that in the past. Just last year, he was a top 2 pick. Most people took him number 1 overall. Last year, because of the injury, only ran for 350 yards, 4 touchdowns, and caught 21 passes for 170 yards and a touchdown. He has super high potential, but has a lot of question marks. This year, I project him for 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns, 45 catches for 400 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Those may be high, those may be low. Big question mark. He's a guy going in the middle of the second round. If you're picking him as your second running back, like if say you pick Gurley or Johnson, you're getting Charles as your second running back. That's pretty solid. I actually recommend picking, especially if you're picking middle of the first round, pick running back and then running back. Because the running back depth really is kind of tough. So, moving on to number 8, the number 1 running back from last year, Devontae Freeman. Last year, number 1, dominated, had the greatest 4-week stretch of any running back in fantasy history, especially since I've been playing fantasy football, which has been for over 10 years. Absolutely insane. He does have a high potential. In PPR leagues, he really should be a top 5 running back. Last year, he ran for well over 1,000 yards, almost 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, also caught 73 passes for 570 plus yards and 3 touchdowns. PPR leagues, get him. Absolutely awesome. They do want to limit his workload. He did get injured at the end of the year, had a concussion, but I still really, really like him. I do think he's going to split carries with Tevin Coleman. That's one of the guys that they really like there in Atlanta. But in terms of receiving, I still think he's going to be that third down back and get a lot of catches. Outside of Julio Jones, who do the Falcons really have? That's scary. Mohamed Sanu? Oh, not really. Not too scary. I project him for 1,000 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns, but still to catch 70 passes for 550 yards and 2 touchdowns. Don't be surprised if he leads all running backs in receiving this year. Great guy out of the backfield. Hard to bring down. Just a ferocious runner. Still young. I believe he's 23 or 24. Number 9, a guy I'm really high on that some guys aren't, Mark Ingram. On the Saints, they're going to have to put up points. Last year, he showed that he can catch the ball out of the backfield and do it well. So I really like him. Whether or not C.J. Spiller eats into that, C.J. Spiller had a horrendous first year with the Saints. Ingram, he does come with an injury risk because he's a big dude, likes to run people over. That's his biggest risk, is he is somewhat injury prone. But if he can get through the season fully healthy, he's going to be a monster for you. Last year, he ran for 750 yards, 6 touchdowns, also caught 50 passes for 400 yards. And that's with missing, I believe, the last 4 or 5 weeks. So you think that's almost a quarter of the season. So you add another probably 10 catches, maybe a couple touchdowns, and that's incredible. I project him for 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, also to catch 55 passes for 400 yards and 2 touchdowns. So a great guy you can get probably in the 3rd round, especially if you only picked one running back in the first 2 rounds. Or if you didn't pick a running back, you have to pick a running back in the 3rd round. Mark Ingram is a great guy that I really like. He was probably one of the most underrated fantasy football players last year, especially through the first about 10 weeks or so. And at number 10, Matt Forte, another guy that's been in the league for quite a while. His biggest question mark is age, and he plays for the Jets. I'm not a Jets fan. They have quarterback issues. Is it Geno Smith? Is it going to be Ryan Fitzpatrick? But either way, he is going to be the main running back. They have, I believe it's Powell, Bible Powell, whatever his name is. He's going to eat into his catches a little bit, but Matt Forte, dual threat. If he can stay healthy, did start to get injured last year. Maybe that's age starting to hit him. Last year, 900 yards, 4 touchdowns. Also caught 44 passes, 380 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Good running back. You can pick him in the 4th round, and if he slips, maybe the 5th round if he makes it. I really like him, especially in PPR. I think he can catch 50-plus passes. In fact, he's going to catch 60 passes, 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, also run for 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns. So 10 total touchdowns, 1,500 total yards, just under that. I like him a lot. Two quick sleepers for you. First one, Duke Johnson. Really, really like this kid, especially in PPR leagues. If you're in a PPR league, this guy's available in the 8th round. You got to take him. He does play for the Browns. That's his biggest risk. He's a second-year player, had a good rookie season. I started him on my teams because I had a lot of running back injuries last year. Last year, only ran for 370 yards. Didn't score any rushing touchdowns, but this is where his value really is. 61 catches for 500 yards and 2 touchdowns. I see that and I say super, super good value. He's a guy you can pick in the 8th to 10th rounds. He is rising in draft boards, so we'll see where he goes. But I project him for 600 yards rushing, 4 rushing touchdowns, but to catch 65 passes for 600 yards and 3 touchdowns. You see that last week, it's 65, 603. That's like a number 3 receiver on a lot of teams. Maybe not even for the catches, like that amount of catches. That's almost number 2 for some teams. And that's just as like a secondary. He's also going to run. Really, really like this guy. I don't know how many touchdowns he's going to score. That's where another question mark is. The Cleveland Browns. Who knows how they're going to be. He does have RG3, so a lot of read options. So we'll see how it's going to go. I really, really like him. My other sleeper is Melvin Gordon. San Diego Chargers had a horrendous rookie season. Had 800 total yards and caught 33 passes. I'll just tell you that. No touchdowns. No touchdowns. San Diego, they don't have another running back other than Danny Woodhead, who really is only a threat out of the backfield. He will get some rushing touchdowns, but Melvin Gordon, is he going to live up to those projections, or is he going to stay a bust? I project him for 900 yards, 5 touchdowns, also to catch 40 passes for 350 yards and a touchdown. He's a guy I really, really like as a first backup running back off the bench, and maybe as a flex if maybe you focused on other positions earlier in your draft. So there you have it. Top 10 running backs: Bell, Johnson, Gurley, Peterson, Miller, Elliott, Charles, Freeman, Ingram, and Forte. And the 2 sleepers, Duke, Johnson, and Gordon. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know, where did I go wrong? I'm sure a lot of you think, oh, totally wrong. Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, have a good one, guys.